So, hey, welcome to the Part-Time Players podcast. This is episode 13. This is a casual gaming podcast where two pals discuss video games. If that sounds interesting to you, please like and subscribe to the podcast on any podcast platform, I suppose, that you want, so we can actually grow, which is something that we desire. My name is Reece. I was almost about to say Brad.
Yeah, that was weird.
No, I am not as good as Brad. I'm joined by my co-host, which is Brad. How are you doing today, Brad?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Reece. You?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you must be having a rough day. You think you're Brad. So
I have had a very rough day.
Oh, okay.
Very rough.
We're going to hear about it.
No, I won't burden the listeners with my tough day. I just know, like, one of those ones where it's Monday morning, you're tired, the weekend wasn't long enough. It was bank holiday the weekend before, so I was kind of, a bit like, bummed out that it was only a 2-day weekend, these things. And then I just went a nice quiet Monday at work, and work was just very, very hectic. Maybe one of the most hectic days I've had in a long time. It was mental, to the point where I put hot water in my cup after lunch to make like a tea. Like, I had like green tea in my drawer, and I didn't even put a tea bag in it. I didn't realize until I left at 5 that I'd never put a tea bag in. That's how busy I was.
Was you just drinking hot water?
No, I didn't drink anything.
Oh, you didn't drink anything?
Yeah, I didn't drink anything after 2. Yeah, dehydrating. I might not make it through the podcast, so you might have to one-man it if I don't make it.
If it makes you feel any better, I had today off, so,
Oh, I was going to swear. This is a family-friendly show. Better not.
I had a nice
Jesus Christ.
long weekend. So
disapproval. I had a lot of days off last week, so I can't really complain. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, luxury. Anyway, how are you? How was your day? What have you been doing?
The last all weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, we've been doing more decorating. So,
okay.
So that was it really. Yeah, busy. Didn't finish decorating. We got finished at half 11 on Sunday night. So
okay.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Although I've had a long weekend, I haven't been relaxing. So it's just it's one of those ones. Yeah, just that really. Yeah, not really much else. I haven't made a plan anything. I've watched a couple of episodes of The Boys.
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Yeah, disappointing to see that they're not all on there, but it must be a weekly thing.
It is going to be. Yeah,
watched. I did go to watch the third one last night, but I just can't.
Maybe not. The third one is the best one.
So
and I'm waiting to talk about it. It's such a shame you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm not a squeamish person.
Yeah.
And I know you've probably seen the trailer, so you might think I'm referring to the WoW bit. I'm not referring to the WoW bit. There's a scene when Stormfront, the new hero in it, she grabs another character.
Oh, this is spoilers, by the way, in case anyone hasn't seen it.
I'm being quite vague. Is it spoilers?
Yeah, I know, but people are very touchy about spoilers, so
Okay, one character grabs another character's wrists and literally snaps them, pulls them back, and bone and all that. I'm not a squeamish person, but I literally out loud just went, like that. It made my stomach turn just seeing. It was just a snap. It was it was brutal.
Well, I've got a little bit here, so we can talk about. Well, obviously, I don't want you to talk about the third episode, but we can talk about the first 2 a little bit later on if we want. Under the segment, what we've been watching and playing. So
keep the structure. Right?
Keep the structure. Track. Come on, don't keep like last week when you ended with a story about fire.
With a great story. It's for those who stuck with us.
Should have been at the front. So I suppose people who saw it to the end got a little bonus. So
exactly, and maybe there'll be another little story at the end if you stick with it.
I hope not. Okay, no, but other than that, I haven't really been doing anything. Yeah, working up until Thursday, and then just decorating at the weekend. So
okay,
and then today I tried to fix a part of my car, and I got annoyed because I couldn't do it. So. No fault of my own.
Of course not. It's just ripping things apart.
Yeah, a bolt. I need to undo a bolt, and it's just rusted and worn out, so I can't get it out. So,
we're trying to get out, Brad. It sounds a bit.
It's if you want.
There's not any small children around when you're getting.
No, it's a. It's an ABS sensor, but yeah, like I say, the bolts like just.
Oh, okay. Is that what you call it these days?
It's rounded off, so I can't. I'm just ignoring you. It's rounded off, so I couldn't do it. So that annoyed me. But yeah,
Okay.
other than that,
Well, at least you haven't got COVID, like our first news story.
Oh yeah, straight into news. Yeah. So do you want to lead this one, or do you want me to take the helm?
Yeah, you can take the helm. You're a big fan of Mr. Patterson, aren't you? So.
Yeah, so R-Pats, I think he used to be known, didn't they? People used to call him R-Pats back in the day.
Twinkly man,
Yeah,
it's like Starlight, isn't he?
Yeah, something like I can admit I've never seen a Twilight film, but so it resumed its shooting in England, and it started filming again after it was suspended due to the lockdown and that. So 3 days in, and apparently, according to The Guardian, it's been stopped because someone's got COVID-19, and apparently it is R-Pat. So Robert Pattinson has tested positive. As I say, this is according to The Guardian, and now they're going to have to take another 2-week break before they can resume filming again. So, yeah, will that push it back, till later in the year, or not affect it at all? But yeah, it's apparently only 25% of the film's fit. I thought more of it has been filmed, but only 25% has. So
the trailer was very impressive, considering it's they clearly only patched that together, but only 25% has been filmed.
Yeah,
but I don't see that coming out maybe it will come out in 2021, I suppose, but it'd probably be very late, like maybe December, like November, like it has to be the last couple of months in 2021.
Yeah, the last quarter,
Yeah, I don't see any way it can be any sooner. If not, just let them take their time. Let it come out in 2022.
Exactly,
There's so much in 2021. So, I'd rather have a good film than a rushed one and they just bring it out kind of thing. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I do love the first bit of news on our gaming podcast is a movie. It's
of course. Well, there's about a TV show and now it's onto a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Pop culture. Yeah, well, we'll move on to games maybe a little bit later. Don't know.
Yeah, well, we might do. Don't spoil it.
This is the part-time TV watchers podcast.
And movies, occasional.
Yeah, and movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't been to I still haven't been to the cinema to watch Tenet. I did say I was going to go to the cinema and report back.
Yeah, it's not happening.
What the COVID situation is like at the cinema, but I haven't been yet. So, yeah.
Has it been like mixed reviews for it as well? Like,
I think so. Yeah, I think it's been mixed reviews. So, but yeah, I will watch it at some point. But whether or not I'll go to the cinema, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it, but I'm definitely going to wait for it to be like a home release at some sort.
Yeah. What do you want to bring up the next news story?
Yeah, I certainly can. So the next one is, which I thought was quite strange, that it's from Ubisoft, but PS5 is apparently not going to be backwards compatible. It's not going to support PS3, 2, or 1 games. First of all, I got two kind of points to this. Was one, I thought it was very strange that Ubisoft, out of all the people, were the ones that released that. It's very strange. I think it was like on their Q&A section, I believe, of some sort. So yeah, that's strange that they were the ones that gave that information up. And two, it might be a controversial thing, but does anybody actually care?
Yeah.
Like I know it's like a thing because Xbox are like, oh, we do it, but from sales, my Xbox One has been backwards compatible, and yet PS4 is not. And look how much PS4 is still compared to Xbox. Does it, like, when it comes to actually numbers, they're Sony looking like this is a lot of like money to emulate this, because obviously they have to build emulators within the system, which was going to cost us a lot each month. Yeah. And looking at the numbers, I think it's just more of like an entitlement thing that you've got it rather than you're actually going to use it. Like, I would think, oh, that's really cool, I can play PS2 games. I will never play one. Like, I will think it's cool, but I will never actually ever use it.
Yeah, no, another controversial. You've been a little bit controversial. I'm going to be another controversial. I don't think the PlayStation 2 was the greatest console of all time. I know. Oh no, yeah.
Oh, let's cancel it here, guys. Yeah. We're ending it with episode 13.
Yeah, I just don't. I've got a lot of love for the PlayStation 1, but I kind of moved on to the Xbox during the PlayStation 2 run. So
okay.
Thinking back, I can remember.
Isn't the GTA trilogy alone like just makes it a great console.
Yeah, the GTA games obviously were good, but then I've got more fonder memories of thinking back to then in the heady days of my youth. More fun time playing on the Xbox and the PS2. So don't get me wrong, it's a good console. I enjoyed it, but I think
are these with first parties or third parties?
What on the Xbox?
So is it like Halo and stuff? Is what you've got from them?
Yeah, Halo. Obviously, we had I really loved Jet Set Radio Future, which was like a kind of like originally on the Dreamcast, like Jet Set Radio. But yeah, like Splinter Cell, I know you could get them. I don't know if you get the first one on the PS2.
I don't believe you did, no.
So yeah, you got Splinter Cell, and just kind of like the Halo games, and I don't know. Just I'd say it was I love the PlayStation 1.
It's fine, mate. Everybody knows you're the Xbox fanboy on this podcast.
Well,
so.
I know we bash it a lot, but like I say, I did used to have a lot of. I was an Xbox fanboy back in the day, so and I don't I dislike the PlayStation 2, but like you say, I don't really mind that it's not backwards compatible because I bought like the Spyro trilogy and the Crash Bandicoot trilogy back on I think it was on my PSP, like an emulation of the PS1 games. And obviously I played it for a little while, but then it stopped. And even with the remakes of Spyro, you play it for a little while. I think we've told about it before, the nostalgia.
Yeah, we have.
You play it for a bit and then you stop. So, it's weird that you say Ubisoft announced it, but I don't really, I'm not, too fussed. And I don't really think it's going to impact the sales of the PS5 because, I'm not going to buy the next-gen console because I can't play, games from over 25 years ago. It's not really...
Yeah, same. And there's so much coming up. There's too many new games. I can't even cope with that.
You can get emulators that play them all anyway. I'm not going to say that you should, unless you own the game, obviously. But you can do it. You can do it other ways. So
if you're really desperate, either buy an old console, or you probably already got an old console which you can just plug in,
stored away. Yeah.
There's means around it if you really want it. And most people, I just don't think are going to be that bothered.
Yeah.
And I think, like we've said it many times, obviously I know we're part-time players and stuff, but I find it just overwhelming just thinking of the lineup of games coming up. Like, I can't keep up with new games.
Exactly, yeah.
I can't play all the new, let alone go back and play some old game that I played when I was 10. It's like, what
time,
do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Though, as much as I would like to, I don't know, put in Prince of Persia or whatever, from the PS2 days, it's
not going to happen.
Maybe there's a new one coming out. Do you know what I mean? Or play Assassin's Creed. There's too much. There's too many games. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Yeah. That's our thoughts. That's some hot takes on the PS2 and backwards compatibility from us there. It's talking actually, the next one kind of the next news story leads into it as well. Actually, so Nintendo announced they're bringing out multiple Mario games for the 35th anniversary. They had a little direct. And there's going to be there's a few games. So there's a bundle. So Super Mario 3D All Stars is a collection of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. So I remember you saying you wanted to be able to play Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
So has this interested you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I'm definitely interested. But once again, I'm always interested in playing a Mario game because I'm kind of fascinated why it's so big. Like, it's a massive name. But then I buy the Mario and then I'll never finish it. I play for a couple of hours. I think, this is okay. And then I'm just kind of like most platformers. I just get a little bit, not bored, but there's another game that I would rather play, or there's something else I would rather do. Because we're so there's so much things you could be doing, so much entertainment. Like you said, you can watch like TV, movies. Obviously, gaming is my favorite kind of pastime thing to do. And then with the choice of games to play, I would rather play a different type of game than play a platformer. So it interests me. I might pick it up. One thing I thought was very odd, and I did tweet it. I don't know if this is genius, but the more I think about it, the more I think it's just stupid. Is the fact that it's limited until the 31st of March 2021. It's only available until then, which, okay, maybe physically it makes a little bit more sense. You're making it like a collector's edition, but digitally, you're just going to take it off the store? Yeah,
that is, that really? Is very, because obviously, why would you do that? Like, why would you limit the amount of sounds you can make? It is odd. Like, it's not the first time Nintendo's done something like that. I remember when they brought out the SNES, the NES Minis, and they made them, and they were selling like mad. You couldn't get hold of one, and then all of a sudden, Nintendo was like, "Yeah, we're not making no more. That's it." Like apparently
that makes a little bit more sense because that's hardware and it makes it limited. And
apparently they was making it out of like an old Wii like components they had. So maybe they had a limited amount, but yeah, I don't know why they'd take it down off a digital store. I'm actually interested in it because I've played a little bit. Like I'm like yourself. I've played Super Mario 64, but never finished it because never played Mario Sunshine, or maybe a little bit. Yeah. And I've never played a Mario Galaxy game. So yeah, I was interested in it. So maybe I'll pick it up. But it have to be before the 31st of March, obviously, because then it'll go. It says as well, it's kind of like when you do buy games on digitally, they can just be pulled at any time. I know if you get this, you get to play it after the 31st, but there's nothing really stopping anyone from just pulling a license from a game you've bought and then that's it. It's gone. You know what I mean? That's one reason I don't really like. I prefer buying physical copies.
Because I know physical.
I know. As I say, I know it can still happen because, like, say, like it's happened on GTA games, isn't it? So, like, if the songs have expired, the license for certain songs, they have to take it off. Once you put the disc in, it updates. So I suppose the only way you can, do it is if you don't have a console connected to the internet or not. But yeah, it just it is odd how they can just pull things and just get rid of it. But there was a few other games announced as well. So Super Mario All Stars. So the original Super Mario All Stars was on the Super NES. Nintendo Switch Online Collection. The classic game include enhanced 16-bit graphics, and the collection comes bundled with Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3, which you can get all them on, like the Mario games, you can get all them if you're subscribed to the Nintendo Online. So they're all included in that. Like the emulator you can download, so they're all in that. It's just like there's just loads of Mario games. We've got another one, Super Mario 3D World, so that a Wii U game, which probably not a lot of people played because the Wii U just didn't get played. So it's a remaster and a brand new expansion. So this one's a little bit good. So it's got a brand new expansion called Bowser's Fury, and that will release on February the 12th, 2021. Not a lot known stuff about the expansion. So that's a little bit better. I know they've released a lot of the Wii U games on the Switch, haven't they? And they've sold quite well, like Captain Toad, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I know they brought that one out, so they've all done pretty well.
Is this one already out? I feel like it's already out on the Switch, or is it not out on the Switch yet?
No, that one comes out on February the 12th next year. Super Mario 3D World,
Oh, okay. I thought that was just the expansion.
Let's have a look. Remastered treatment as well, alongside a brand new expansion and release on. The way I'm reading it, it's both. They're both going to come out on the 12th of Feb next year. Unless I could be wrong. This is no one can ever blame us for researching it thoroughly before we talk about it. So
okay, so. See on the Switch. Okay, it's both. You're correct. Yeah.
Okay. We've got another one here, so I'm just going to read it. I'm just going to read this as I see it. So Game & Watch. So Super Mario Bros. A replica of the classic console features a modern control pad and will come loaded with Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, and a special version of Ball with Mario Makeover. The console also doubles as a clock, much like the original system, and is said to contain 35 little touches to discover. The collectible device is set to launch on November the 13th. So you got a little bit of like little watch there coming out with some Mario games in it. I've never heard of the Game & Watch, if I'm honest. I didn't know that was a thing until just now.
I never knew. I don't know any of this stuff, to be honest.
This
is all news to me. I'm learning as we go along.
We've got Super Mario Bros. 35, a competitive battle royale with the classic visual style of the franchise. In Super Mario Bros. 35, up to 35 players compete for the last Mario standing through platforming gauntlets. Enemies defeated will spawn in other opponents' courses, and special items can be used to try and get ahead of the pack. The game launches on October the 1st as a digital-only game exclusive to Nintendo Switch Online members, and will be playable up until that will only be playable up until the 31st of March. So that, I can download that because I am a Nintendo Switch Online member. But even if you really like that, you can only play it until March next year.
Yeah, which also seems very crazy.
Odd, yeah. Especially if it done really well.
Maybe they're trying to see how popular it is.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think it could be quite popular. It depends. I'm not surprised they're doing this. Obviously, the success of Fall Guys shows that you can take Battle Royale away from shooters, and it can be put into like a platform setting. And I'm sure Nintendo would definitely expand and try and almost copy a type of Fall Guys type of game. And obviously it'll be massive on the Switch. So, some kind of Mario party game I can see happening. So, maybe there's just a little test bed.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. But yeah, it's still odd that especially if it is really, everyone's loving it, and then they're just like, guess what, it's gone. So, But, and the last one, I think, is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. The hybrid game comes packed with a physical kart in which players can create their own tracks and use the Switch to race around their own house. Custom courses can be created and using a built-in camera. The kart responds to boosts by speeding faster in the real world and even stops when hit with an item. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit launches on October the 16th with both a Mario and Luigi set sold separately for players to choose from. So...
yeah, I'll make a prediction. This is not going to sell very well.
Yeah, no, that just sounds... I don't like the sound of that, if I'm honest with you. It just don't sound like
it calling itself a hybrid game. I think it's a hybrid as in it's for two different people.
Yeah.
Like the people that can afford it won't buy it, and the people that can't afford it want it.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's like Mario Scale Electrics, but...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
kids will want it, but can't afford it because it's going to be really expensive. And then adults that can afford it will be like, I don't want this in my house. So, a bit like the cardboard thing. Do you remember when they brought out like the cardboard?
I can't remember what it's called. I don't
think that did very well.
I think
you don't really see it.
Yeah, it's so. I don't know if I think it that had more appeal because obviously if you like stuff like Lego and building, then
I suppose.
It's fun. But again, it's probably got a limited shelf life really of like enjoyability and playing. Like you might build it and then after you play a couple of times and then it's like, I don't really want to play this no more. And then you've got to try and find somewhere to store this, cardboard steering wheel and whatnot. So, what was that called? I can't remember what it was called. Nintendo Labo.
It was Labo, yeah. Okay,
Labo,
nice memory.
That was they've also announced... they've also announced that there's going to be some more... The Super Mario Bros. 35th Anniversary Direct Showcase also allow numerous events taking place between now and 31st of March next year. Events mentioned included a special online tournament in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and unique themed furniture coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, nice. It's just there's a couple of hits and a couple of, for me, I think it might be a couple of potential misses. But, I think the one there that piques my interest the most is probably the Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Mainly because the Galaxy. I know people have always said how good Galaxy was and never played it. So that'd be quite good.
Yeah, I might pick it up depending on how quiet January is maybe. And you get a little spell where there's like not much to play and it might be one of them times where it's quite a good thing to just pick up whatever. So we'll see. I'm definitely interested. We'll see what happens. With that. It'd be interesting because is there obviously I know it's going to be the anniversary and there's some kind of date, and maybe I'm not sure what it is, but do you reckon like that could be like a deadline date for like the new Switch? Is this when the Switch is gonna the 1st of April 2021 is when it all goes over to the next
maybe
one?
Because I was seeing that there's a big correlation of that, the date there, the 31st of March, everything's stopping there, or so it could be announcement, and that was kind of when the Switch got released, wasn't it? That really Switch got released in March, so interesting. We have to look out for those little more of those Nintendo Directs. Get the hottest Nintendo news here at PT Players.
And hopefully the PS5 and Xbox Series X will be announced before then.
Well, you never know. It could.
Yeah,
maybe
what will happen first?
Spoiler alert. Guess what? Yeah. They didn't release it again. So this week we're still talking about it. So exactly. I'm worried that when they do actually announce it, we're just going to have nothing to talk about after that. So
exactly. Well, it's giving us content, I suppose.
Yeah.
I reckon. I don't know if I told you, but I feel like I know when they're going to do it, or I feel like I've kind of predicted when they're going to do it. Because I think they're going to definitely do the 60-day thing. And that is either the 14th, which is next Monday, or the 21st. And I think they might do it on the 21st.
You think, 21st?
21st of September is my prediction.
Okay, well, let's see. It's a couple of weeks' time. We'll have to...
we've got 2 weeks.
I reckon wait and see.
It's definitely happening soon.
We say that. We keep saying that, don't we?
I know, but they keep advertising, like they're paying for adverts now on Twitter and stuff, and all I see is PlayStation 5 adverts all the time. Even on YouTube, it's popping up everywhere. They're actually spending money on marketing now, so they're gearing it up. I don't know what's holding it back. It might be, because I don't think it's price points and dates. I think they know that. I don't think they care about Microsoft. I think it might be down to distribution. I think they might be leaving it to the last minute because they're thinking, how can we ship these around the world because of the COVID situation? And it might be a situation that different parts of the world get at different times. They're leaving it to the very last minute to see if they can do a worldwide release. If not, I think they'll probably prioritize probably America, Japan, and then Europe will to get it last. I could see that happening.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a good prediction. I hope you're right. And we'll see if you've got it. If you've nailed it when we do the podcast that week. And
if you haven't, because Europe gets it last, we're last.
Yeah. If you haven't nailed it, I will. Just mock you.
You're going to get a new co-host. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just. I'll get one of my dogs to come up here and do it with me. So
More knowledgeable than me, anyway, mate.
Yeah, and me, to be fair. So
both shows up, but don't bring their dog on. Your shows both up.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to showing people up, which CD Projekt Red like to do these days. Showing off. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt has been confirmed for PS5 and Series X.
Yes,
as a next gen upgrade
and PC.
Of course, PC. Although, isn't that already the best version? I would have thought they would be ported over the PC version, but they're re-enhancing that as well. They're going to doing an upgrade. It's going to be free of charge. They're adding features like ray tracing and faster loading times. What you got any thoughts on that at all?
I'm excited because I know I do own it on the PS4, and I've got it, as I said before, I've got it on the Switch, and a majority of it I have played on the Switch. But
you beat it. I thought you beat it on the Switch.
I have beat it, yeah. So I beat it on the Switch, and I definitely would go back and play it on. I kind of want to play it on the PS4. So have an upgrade to the next gen console for free because we already own the game. Yeah, I'm a fan. I think it's really good. It sure as shit look better than it does on the Switch. So the PS4 version looks better than it does on the Switch. But I think it's really good. Yeah, I'm pleased with it.
Yeah, well, I'm pleased. Like, good for them. Good for people that are fans of it. I probably won't pick it up, to be fair, simply because I never beat it originally. I'm probably never going to beat Cyberpunk. So these games are just too big and there's too many other things to play. Go back to the backwards capability things. I can't keep up with the new games, let alone playing. I'll get, do you know what I mean? Although I'm probably going to contradict myself in a bit when we talk about the rumours of Prince of Persia being remade, because I will definitely play that, and I'm going to play in the Mafia. Although I never played it originally, so I guess it's a little bit different.
That's a new one.
But once again, a bit like the Mario thing. If it's like a quiet month, like January, February, it's not much. I'm just thinking, like, in this window where there's so much stuff. I won't be playing new things because there seems to be so many good new games at the moment. Like, all the announcements, there's so much good stuff. It's like almost too much. Played like great games. Witcher 3 is probably the best game maybe on this generation. But I just there's too many new things to think about old things.
Yeah, no, completely. I get where you're coming from, but it is it's a nice little touch, what they're to do. So no,
it's good, and it's good that they can afford to do that as well. I know probably a lot of people are probably going to give the developers of Control some stick because of the fact that they're charging once again. But yeah, CD Projekt Red are very heavily funded.
It's like when you look
at the government
at
as well. I think they get money from their government.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, from the Polish government. When you look at like something that they're doing there, like you say, a huge game, visually impressive as it is, and then you look at like something like Bethesda did with Skyrim, obviously coming out on the PS3 and Xbox 360.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Going out, bringing Game of the Year, then putting it out on the Switch, and then bringing it out on the obviously PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah, I don't think they will bring it out on the next gen.
Console, they will.
But
they will.
You look at that. They re-released that game so many times and charged full price for it, and then you've got The Witcher. That's kind of like come out 4 years after Skyrim, and just like if it's going on next gen, it's for free. So props to them. It's good.
Yeah, well, fair play.
The next news is, again, it's not a game. It's not game related. It's Mulan. I don't know if you're a fan of Mulan. Have you ever seen Mulan?
No,
I've never seen it. I know. So now on Disney Plus, they've got the live action remake, which was supposed to come out to cinema, but obviously didn't because of COVID. Disney didn't want to release it at the cinema. So you can, if you've got a subscription to Disney Plus, which in the UK is $6.99, to buy the film, it's $19.99, so £20. 20 quid a score.
$29.99.
It's £19.99. I looked at it.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's $19.99 to buy it, and you get to keep it. Unless if you lapse in your subscription, then it's gone. You don't. That's it. You lose it.
Just early access, isn't it? Really?
Or you can wait to December when it will just be on the streaming service, and you can just watch it included in your subscription.
Yeah. So, which I will probably do.
Yeah. If I do watch it, I will wait. To be fair, I don't really watch any of the Disney live action remakes. Although I did watch Cinderella at the weekend last weekend.
Okay. Yeah.
So. It was on It was on BBC One. I was like, I'll watch this.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I watched a little bit of Disney Plus at the weekend. I watched, Iron Man the Third, as they like to call it.
Okay. Yeah.
On the streets. It was not great, the best movie, but I don't know. With Avengers, I kind of was a little bit inspired to watch it because AIM's the enemy in that, and AIM's the main villains in Avengers. So
I haven't watched anything on Disney Plus in a while now. Like I said before, the only reason I got it again is because I get it 6 months free with my phone contract. So,
okay, yeah. I'm sure everybody can work out you're with by that.
Well, they can know if they want to know. It's O2. So
I'm with O2 as well.
So, because I'm with O2 because back in the day you could only get an iPhone on O2.
Oh, really?
So that's that's how long I've been with had an iPhone. Yeah, so very very long time. But little nugget of information there. Fair
enough, mate. Well, I really hope, talking about Disney Plus, I really hope they do the same for Black Widow. Release it early, because that is probably a thing I will actually pay early access for, because I generally really want to watch that.
I think they're going to try. They're waiting. They're darndest to see if they can release that at the cinema to get the.
Oh yeah. But like DC are doing with Wonder Woman.
I just don't think it's going to happen. You ain't going to get the crowds you usually would. Well, the cinema can't accommodate the crowds it usually would because you have to have social distancing. So if it does go on to like early access on Disney Plus, I wouldn't spend £20 to see it because. Like I said, if it was a film like a few mates, or even a film like me and my girlfriend wanted to watch, it's worth it. But she don't care. She ain't she ain't interested in it. So it would just be me spending £20 to watch a film probably once. And where I live, you can go to a cinema for £4. So it's not really it's not really
fair enough. Not value for money for you.
And I like to support my local independent cinema. So,
oh my God! Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I believe you. I can tell.
And their popcorn's cheaper as well. So,
are they really? Okay, nice. Yeah. I probably will buy it, to be fair, and my Disney Plus subscription is a joint one with some friends, so we kind of agreed if Black Widow came out, then we would.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
so
all chip in.
Yeah. So I don't know how much it would work out, but I would chip in, and I said I would happily do that because I would want to watch it. So
I don't have any friends to chip in with, so it's
there you go.
Lonely. It's very, very lonely.
Well. You got something to look forward to, though. You got a Ubisoft Forward.
Yes.
Which is the next news story, which is happening on this Thursday, the 10th of September. Depending on what time, where you are in the world, obviously it varies. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, this is where the rumours thought that the Prince of Persia remake is going to be. I'm sure there's going to be Watch Dogs Legion is going to probably take centre stage.
Yeah, I think they've said that. I think they've said Legion is going to be one of the main shows.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of interesting. We got, is it Phoenix Rising? Is that how it's spelled weird?
Yeah, it was originally Gods and Monsters. So like the Zelda-esque Greek mythology RPG, which I was interested when it got announced back when they announced Legion. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing that.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially with it's very rarely when the game is like announced at E3, a big presentation, and it goes into hiding again, and then they completely change the name.
Out. Yeah,
it's very rare that you ever see anything like that. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what they've done with it. I don't even remember the game, if I'm honest with you, from E3. I don't even remember any gameplay or any announcement of it. I just know loads of people spoke about it because of the name change. And probably the Death Nightmare Horror Stories that's probably been gone over.
Yeah, kind of like what was the other game they showcased at an E3 and they just kind of never mentioned it again? What was it?
Skulls and Bones.
Yeah, that one. And there was another one. It was like a sequel to a game. Beyond Good and Evil. That's it. Yeah. So
you've ever done that a few times. They've done it a few times.
Yeah, no, they seem to announce games and they're just kind of, I don't know if they get new management or, new heads, and they're just kind of like, scrap that. We're not gonna do that no more. And it just
they did recently, didn't they? Because of the allegations of the sexual stuff that came out just before the last Forward. It always seems to be before an event. I'm sure on Tuesday or Wednesday when the podcast drops, there's probably going to be all sorts of things trending on Twitter about Ubisoft the game. It's always like on the eve of a big event, these people start to come out of the woodworks, but hopefully not. And we just get a decent conference. But
well, if they're up to some shady wrongdoings, then it should be brought to light. I suppose that's why people do it when there's a big event, because they know it's going to get the most attention. So we'll wait to see if there's any release dates for what's it called now, Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, I believe so.
Phoenix Rising. Yeah, and I think it just says here Europe, it's 9 p.m. But obviously, there's a lot of different time zones in Europe to where we are. So it might be 9 p.m. or it could be another time. But
I think that'll be 8 o'clock UK.
Yeah, check locally to see. Then that was
8 p.m. at BST. Which is
okay. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
The next news story is Gotham Knights. Now, I don't know if you want to take the helm in this. I know it's my turn to talk about news, but you had a prediction and you seem to think it's come true. So I don't know if you want to, have a little brag about it or, go into it anymore.
It's not so much a brag, and it wasn't really a prediction. It's just a thing that I thought would be really cool. Yeah, a wish. Something that I really wanted, and something that I'm surprised that any of the actual WB games, like family and their developers, haven't actually stolen the idea from the developers that made the Shadow of Mordor games. Is the fantastic Nemesis system. And it seems as if from this PlayStation blog post that the new Gotham Knights game could be adopting that. The second point in the blog post, if you want to go look it up, it's on PlayStation.blog, is an evolving open world with a living and breathing ecosystem. And kind of correlating that with the actual presentation they did at DC Fandom, was when they said about when you fight like Mr. Freeze at level 5 and you find him at level 15. It's a completely separate character. Like he's got different abilities. He's got more things he can do, which I actually think is, I don't know, I just think it's fantastic. And I really I know it doesn't really go into deep about that, but for example, like with the Court of Owls and stuff, and obviously you fought like the talent or whatever, and there's like consequences for not taking them down the first time. So like stalking you and stuff around Gotham City, you're like riding your bike, you go into the next, I don't know, you try and take down Penguin or whatever. All of a sudden this talent comes and jumps on you, you fight him, and because you didn't beat him, he then remembers you, he levels up a couple of things, he's now got a grudge against you, and next time you fight him, is even harder to take down. It's kind of like, I think that's a really cool thing to have, like an ecosystem of like all these villains that remember and they can grow as well as you are growing at the same time. I think that's great.
Another thing I noticed on here as well is saying that you can play the entire game as one character. So if you just wanted to play the whole thing as Robin or Nightwing or Batgirl, it's fine. You can do that, which I think is really good. I'd probably mix it up a bit, I think. If you find a character you really like enjoying playing as, being able to do the whole game. I suppose you could, and then it's kind of replayability. You could just play the game through 4 times. It's I'm looking forward to be fair. Okay. Oh, little teaser of more. What's to come there. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. Giving some more more news and looking forward to it. Looking forward to the old.
Gameplay trailer. It seems like they're quite siding with PlayStation in terms of the marketing side. So I'm sure maybe at the next big state of play, maybe even PlayStation 5 launch event when they actually announce the price and everything, maybe we'll get another little snippet of Gotham Knights and stuff. So that'd be really nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm excited for that. It's I'm glad they've said it is a single player game and you can just go in to do some co-op if you want. So that ticks my boxes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if there's an actual end game. Like once you've done the story, the campaign, is the game done? Or is there do you know what I mean? Because if you're building this, is there like an end game? That's what I want to know. Because then it's kind of a very different thing. But as long as it's a good campaign and meaty story, then looking forward to it. I think that's it for the news, isn't it? I think that's I think everybody's very much informed. Our weekly news is done. So this week's main topic is the Avengers, which come out on Friday, or if you had it pre-ordered, you got early access on Wednesday or Tuesday. It was only you bought the digital deluxe edition, which gave you 72 hours early. So it depends on the edition that you bought. And you've been playing it since then, haven't you? So since Tuesday, You've got through nearly a week of playing. So you've got a lot of obviously thoughts on it. I know I've got some questions. I've seen some good reviews and I've seen some not so good reviews. Some pretty scathing reviews actually. It'd be good to get your opinion. If you just give your opinion and I'll come in thick and fast with my questions and try and catch you off guard if that's all right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, sweet. Message. Literally on cue, my friend Christian was literally just messaging me. We play in ? Which is, are we playing Avengers? Message him back and say no. I'm recording. Go away. So that's why you have no friends. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but I prefer it. So okay, fine, fair enough. Yeah, joking. I'm your friend. Right. Anyway, thank you. On to my review. I was waiting. You was waiting for me to admit it. Yeah, I'm welling up now. All right. Getting well emotional today. Yeah. So I've finished the campaign. I completely beat it. I'm in the end game completely. My main character that I decided to go with was Iron Man, which I kind of decided during the beta. I've pretty much leveled him up to the max. It goes up to level 50. I'm like level 46. The gear cap is like 130. I'm like 110, 117. So I'm pretty close to like actual like gear cap as well with that character. it's a game of two parts. It's kind of like the campaign was far better than I thought it was going to be. It actually exceeded my expectations. Okay. I was kind of expecting it to be a bit more like the beta, where you just go from mission to mission. There's not much of a story, a bit like a lot of these live service games. Like, of all terms and purposes, I love Destiny. Like, Destiny's probably the game I put in the most of any game this generation. Yeah, I do know the story, but I've kind of just lost touch in story, and I don't really care about it anymore. The raid doesn't really jump in. There's not much of it. Same with like the Division. Like, I get the core structure of the Division, but the story, I was kind of like, I wasn't that bothered about the story. This, I really enjoyed the story. It was basically playing a Marvel's movie, but you're actually playing a game. Maybe there's a bit of fanfare. There's a lot of fanfare. And that's probably why I did enjoy it a lot more. Kamala Khan, that sticks the whole pieces together, is a fantastic new addition and character. She's basically a fangirl. The opening mission, which is the part just before like the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge scene. No, the first mission you do in the beta, and everybody's seen it in the trailers. Before that, it's like A-Day, and you're going around basically this Avengers like theme park. There's all Avenger themed games you can play. There's like a Iron Man section where you can pretend to be Iron Man. There's a Hulk section. There's a Thor. And then like the actual heroes come and speak to her, and she's collecting comic books, and it's actually like first editions of actual real comics. And then you think that's this is just really nice fanfare, but then they actually like you collect comic books. Like there's actually collections, and they actually stats. So they are actually accumulate to your stats. So collecting these things actually matter. Like there's actually like deep systems within the game, which I really enjoy. And then basically from the disaster of the A-Day, obviously, no spoilers, obviously you can probably tell by the trailers, is obviously the Avengers get disbanded. Obviously Captain America's presumed dead. And obviously AIM takes over as the new protector. And it's basically a story of Kamala Khan getting the Avengers back together, assembling them, as the pun would say. And then the final mission is when them all back together. And it's a fantastic, but yeah, it's around 10 hours, maybe a little bit longer.
Okay, yeah. That was my first question here. How long is it? So about 10 hours, the campaign.
Yeah. Okay. There are side missions that you can go off and do if you want to in between that, so it could take longer. Yeah. I personally didn't. I just did story mission after story mission after story mission.
Because you're a professional podcast and you knew you had to review it for this podcast.
So, and I wanted to get to the end game as well. Okay. And I knew all the side missions were just like part of like leveling up, if you know what I mean. And I wanted to just get through the story as quick as possible, so then I can start on the end game, really. Just playing with my friend and stuff. So, but although I'm saying I'm really surprised, we shouldn't kind of be that surprised that the story's that good, because the voice actors are kind of like a hint at it. They basically got Naughty Dog's A-team. Okay. Like Nolan North is Iron Man, who's obviously Nathan Drake. We've got Troy Baker, who is Joel, Last of Us, and he's Batman, and he's Sam Drake in Uncharted. He is Hulk. He's Bruce Banner. We then have Laura Ashley, who is your favourite Abby from Last of Us Part 2.
Jesus Christ.
And also Nadine from Uncharted.
Yeah.
So we're talking like, these are Naughty Dog voice actors. These are that's the only thing I'm like, are these big voice actors really going to keep coming in and doing like all the end game stuff and all the expansions? Do you know what I mean? It's like, that was a big problem that I think Destiny had with their voice of Cade, and they eventually killed Cade off in the big thing for Forsaken, because I think they didn't want to pay the voice actor, because he was like a well-known voice actor, and he obviously his fees were a lot higher. And these are like big names in like, I'm not into devs. I don't really know anything about voice actors, but I know these names, and most people do. Like, I say these names and you know who they are.
Yeah. They're going to get in like Boland Dolph, to do one of them. And, it's, I mean, so you definitely enjoyed it. You really enjoyed the game.
Yes.
One thing, so I'm going to ask you questions now. So one thing I got when I was playing the beta, I didn't really enjoy the combat. I kind of thought it was a bit spongy. Is it better in the actual end game? Does it feel impactful? Because we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima. When you play that, you feel like you're doing damage. It makes you feel powerful. I did not get that when I was playing the beta for Avengers. I just kind of felt like I was just button mashing and hitting, things, and it was their hit points were slowly going down. It just wasn't very entertaining. So, what are your thoughts on the combat?
Two answers to that question. One, I guess I'm really boasting the game up, but kind of a really good achievement for this game, which I don't think any other game in this genre has ever done. And that's kind of my question of how Gotham Knights can do it, is each character feels so different. So me saying how Iron Man plays, and then I've started my second character, which is Black Widow. You can imagine how different Black Widow plays to Iron Man, and they're like it's like a completely different game.
Yeah.
And then you play as like Captain America is a completely different game, and then playing as Hulk is completely, and then Kamala Khan's completely different, and then like Thor or whatever with his hammer, and it's like you're playing God of War, and then you're playing Iron Man. Do you know what I mean? It's like two different games, so it's hard to say one thing. However, I would definitely say is the game is quite basic before you turn level 15, because you need to start getting the skills. Once you start getting the different skills and the different skill moves, it doesn't become button mashy. You have all these different powers you can do. You have different like tactics you can use. Then your stats start to stack with other people, and then you can start to like buff other people's things. And each character's got their different abilities, and you just need to unlock them. But when you're playing the beta and you've just got a basic character that's probably level 1, level 2, level 3, it is very basic. You're just pressing square, triangle, and there's not much more to it. But then you start unlocking these things where you can do combos and these stats and these different things. Do you know what I mean? So, it definitely becomes a lot more, less button mashy and more intentional gameplay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that answers one of the other questions about upgrades. So the upgrades are obviously they do make a difference. There's a lot of different upgrades, and they're worthwhile. So okay, what about? So you say you can play the game with any character. So the bit in the beta where you're traveling with Kamala Khan and the Hulk, you can do that bit as you're traveling with her and Iron Man or Thor. Is that set to you have to play as the Hulk and Kamala Khan at that bit?
You would have to do that. That's the campaign. So the campaign is which is probably a criticism of the game. It's very stiff. You can't change any characters at all. One of the most frustrating things during the campaign was, say, for example, you've dropped a piece of like gear for another character, or you wanted to swap characters when you was in like the Harrier jet.
Yeah.
There's no way of doing it. The only way you can do it is when you're in like the menu before selecting a mission, then you can switch it. And it was really frustrating that I wanted to switch character and there was no way of doing it. But once you come out of the end game, there's actually like an actual like station where you can do that. And it's really accessible. You can even do it from the menu and stuff. So as soon as the end game happens, it opens up. Like, for example, before I beat the campaign and I was playing with my friend and we went to do a mission together, we wanted to go back to the base because there's like bounties. And we realized we couldn't go to the base together. But then once we beat the campaign, we could. It's like it's kind of locked to your own single player game, and then once you go to the end game, it then opens up.
Right. Okay. So when you say, because I don't play Destiny or I've played Division, like we've played the Division before. So when you say end game, that's kind of like everything after the campaign. That is like raids and then Division. It was the Dark Zone, I think, wasn't it? I think it was called in the Division. Okay, so and then that's what you enjoy as well, because obviously you're a big Destiny fan, so you enjoy all the like the weekly events and the raids and whatnot. So
it's not so much raids.
Yeah,
yeah. And it's definitely not the Dark Zone because there's no P versus P in it at all.
Yeah,
it's more like the end game is basically just, and once again you can do it completely by yourself. Yeah, I'm doing it co-op. I'm doing it with me and my friend because it is far easier playing with two of you, because there's certain missions where, for example, there's vault missions. There's different types of missions. So you've got the vault missions where you start in the open world, then you've got to find a secret vault. So then there's loads of question marks. So you can go to these different chest boxes. You can get gear. You can fight enemies. You can level up your character. And then once you get to a certain point, there's like radar pops in your top left-hand corner. And then you've got to find this secret little bunker. And it opens up the ground. And you go into this secret shield bunker. within this, you've got to open up this vault, which has got loads of like chests, loads of great loot. It's like a gold chest. However, to do that, you've got to play this like vault game, basically. So one person's got to stay on the platform in front of the vault. If the person comes off, there's a countdown starts happening. So it starts counting down for like 30 seconds. So one person's got to stay put. The other person, so there's then numbers on above the vault door, and you've got to go to the different stations and like stand there, and then the circle goes and it unlocks one door part, and then you got to just keep going to different parts to unlock it. Obviously, each time you do it, more waves of enemies start coming.
Okay.
And then once you've done all the numbers, and then there's like a countdown bar that you got to just keep killing enemies, and there's like waves and waves of enemies. So there's a little bit of like, you need two people to really do it. It would be quite difficult to do it by yourself, them types of games. So, and then there's ones where there's different floors. So you start on one floor and you go to the next floor, and the waves of enemies become more difficult. Similar to the Division, not like how the mission structure was in a Division.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar to that. I feel like what we played together when we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This is our mission. We're leveling up. This is the gear we got. It's very similar to that, except for your superheroes.
Okay, and what is the mission types? Is there a lot of variety, or is it, it's not like Destiny 1, was it, where you used to go and access a computer terminal and you had to just hold off wave and wave of enemies? It's not. Is it got more variety than that? Is it, are they good, basically? Is it, to keep you engaged?
Yeah, there's definitely different types of missions. I haven't got all of them named, but like I said, one of them is the Vault. Another one, like I said, with the Vault. Then you got the Hive missions, which was the ones, like I said, where you're going through basically the Hive floors, and you're going to the different floors. They're quite difficult. You then got the training room, which is called Harm Room, which is like a virtual training rooms where, once again, it's waves of enemies. Then you got the open world missions where you either got to protect certain either shield agents, or there's certain ones where you got to destroy certain things. So you got to get to a certain base and you got to then destroy it. All these types of games are kind of similar in terms of like, obviously you're just going to have waves of enemies to kill, and then there's going to be some kind of objective at the end that you got to do, which kind of varies. So it's very similar. If you like the Division and you like these types of games and you like superheroes, you're going to 100% like this.
Yeah.
I like both of them things, and I 100% like it. And because I know you like both of them things, I know if you gave it a chance, I know you would like it.
Okay.
It's the level system is really a lot more deeper than the beta as well. It's got like 3 tabs. So you've got the primary, specialist, and then there's like I think it's called mastery.
Right.
Which you unlock once you get to level 15. And once you kind of get to level 15 and you unlock that, the game and the character just opens up a lot more. But yeah, no, I've really enjoyed my time with it. Yeah. Is it the best game in the world? No. Is it buggy as hell? Yes, we've had loads of problems with bugs. This is one of the most buggiest games I've ever played. It is it's broken in many ways in terms of its bugs. It's quite bad. But I'd much rather a buggy game that actually got loads of content than a game like Anthem, which was just just empty, and it was just an awful game. So
bad on every level.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question. I've seen some things that you can. So if you the gear you pick up in game, you can equip it, and obviously it makes your stats better and improves the overall effectiveness of your characters and whatnot. But it's not. It doesn't change appearance. Is that right? It doesn't change. The only way you can change your appearance is if you have to then go and buy the cosmetic upgrades. So is that? Did you find that annoying, or because I think it's if you want different cosmetic upgrades, you should be able to buy them. That is fine. If you want to buy them, you go for it. I've bought some DLC before, which for weapon packs and whatnot, but finding gear in the game and it changing the stats but not changing the appearance or anything, I don't know, it just seems a bit a bit annoying, not being able to unlock any suits or anything like that. If you want to have anything like that, you have to buy them all. The option the option of not having any of them available in game does seem a bit bad.
Yeah, I think you've been misinformed slightly.
Oh, okay.
So you're correct in terms of that gear is just stat based, so it's like Diablo. And I think that's a good thing. If I had a choice, I would choose that, just because that was a big problem with Destiny. But the part where you've been misinformed is where you have to buy it. You drop loot all the time, and you drop actual cosmetic gear. And there's vendors within the game, so you get in-game currency that you're earning all the time. So there's vendors in the game. So there's a cosmetic vendor, which you only can get that from actual in-game currency. So it's not real money. It's game currency you're earning in the game. You get so much of it.
Yeah.
And there's so many vendors with so many different types of currencies, and it's all these in-game currencies. So I think they're kind of slightly misleading, whoever's wrote that. And you also pick up these things called cosmetic. There's basically like a machine that decodes, like you get basically like an epic cosmetic like code, and then you go to the machine back in the Harry, and then you click it, and it unlocks, and you want to see which one. It's basically like a loot box, but like for a cosmetic item.
Okay,
you want to see which one you get. I obviously been made in Iron Man. I've got multiple of these, and not one has been Iron Man, which is absolutely gutting. I even had one which was buggy, and I didn't get anything. I didn't even get anything. I pressed it, and it gave me nothing. I've had so many of Camilla Khan's outfits. I've got so many of her outfits. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got multiple hours for that every character, and I've not spent any money in the game.
Okay. Well, that's made me look pretty. Egg is on my face, let me tell you. And after this, I just want everyone to know I will be firing my researcher. So don't worry about that. It will not happen again. That makes sense. Yeah,
it's a big thing because, funny enough, another Brad. So clearly, it's a trend with the Brads. My friend Brad at work. He mentioned it as well. He was thinking about buying the game at the weekend, and then someone else put him up and said, "Oh no, don't get it because when you have the armor, same as what you said, it doesn't show." And my kind of objection to that was, one, we've been asking for transmog in Destiny forever, and two, if you got Iron Man, I don't want my Iron Man looking like some garbage monster. I want him to look like fucking Iron Man. Yeah. Like my Iron Man is in like this sick gold outfit suit. And he looks fantastic. I don't want, because I've got some higher gear, that his arm is now grey and the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? I want him to look really good. I just want the stats to go up. Yeah, so I think the choice that they've done doing that is so much better. Like
so you can
heroes. You want them in costumes.
Yeah, any cosmetic, suit, but as long it doesn't affect the stats with it. I know what you mean. Yeah, because sometimes. Yeah, you're playing RPG and like the best statted armor looks absolutely crap, but you want
it's in Destiny. My character looks crap all the time when I'm leveling up because I'm just putting the latest gear on. And and they started introducing ways of getting around it, which was basically just covering it up with like an actual skin. That was their kind of solution to it because people were moaning about it. So from the back, they've not done that because I don't know. Whatever way you go, people moan. You can't please people.
You've come up. Obviously you've got first-hand experience. You played the game, so now you've explained to me. I was wrong. I'm wrong on one or two of the points. And funny enough, your mate Brad was actually my researcher. So that's why.
That's what happens with two Brads.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, that's why we're usually not allowed to communicate with each other. So. So it sounds like a good game. I think you've sold your point on it very well. You're going to be carrying on playing it.
Sales pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it kind of felt a little bit like we was in some sort of inquiry. Like you was at court or something, and you're trying to say that you like the game, and I'm like. Well, no, come on now. But
I like this interview style. It's like an interrogation style.
Yeah,
it's
interview,
good. Wasn't it?
And when I review a game, you're going to have to do it back. And I
will do. I like this.
It's good. And you're going to obviously carry on playing it. They've got like some of the Hawkeye DLC coming out and adding the other characters. So and obviously Spider-Man's going to be a PS exclusive. So
I'm playing on PlayStation, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. So
I'm sure I can't wait for the raid. The raid was supposed to be announced on Tuesday, so they did a war table.
Yeah.
When the game launched, and it was supposed to announce, but the raid was around Black Panther. And in Wakanda.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they decided to apparently delay our respects to obviously the passing. So understandable. And obviously it comes when it comes. So I think they just didn't want to seem as money grabbing because obviously a lot of people say the game is a bit money grabbing. So
yeah.
I think, although obviously you would understand that it's obviously been in the works for a very long time to put a raid into the game. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's way before obviously he passed away. But yeah, it's I can't wait for more content to be added to the game.
I would say, obviously, I'd get the game and play with you, but by the time, if I do get around to getting it, by then you've been stopped playing. So, I probably won't.
It's up to you, mate. I'll probably be playing it for a bit, to be fair, and I probably will definitely jump back in.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoying it more than I thought I was going to. It's kind of exceeded expectations.
Yeah.
For me. I haven't had, like when you just want them hooks. Do you remember when we were playing the Division together and it was like, I can't wait to get back. Do the next mission, get that next gear.
Yeah.
That had them hooks. I haven't had that for a long time.
Yeah.
It has that. It has that magic that very few games I've ever had. And I'm hoping that Gotham Knights has the same next year,
that is one I will be picking up. So yeah, definitely. So saying about going to games late, obviously I downloaded what did I download? Division 2 during lockdown. And because obviously I didn't have anyone who was, but I know you said you would have jumped in, but we didn't get around to playing it together. And it was a very lonely experience, so I won't lie to you. And in the end I was like, this is pretty shit playing on your own. I just stopped. I uninstalled it. So
Division 2, I did it with a couple of mates.
Yeah.
And
you keep bragging about how many friends you got, don't you? Yeah. Oh, I've got so many. I'm so popular. Oh, up here, up north of the wall. Up north of the wall, I've got all these, friends to play games with.
Well, I was in the south when Division 2 came out, but
what can I say? Yeah. But that was really good. Really good.
You're free to join me anytime. You can join the
shall I come
team.
up? Shall I come up north? Yeah, and just.
No, I meant the party. Like you can play the game.
Sorry, I'm not invited. I'm not
Yeah.
allowed up north. I'm not allowed north of the wall. Sorry. Sorry. Right, yeah. No. No. It's really good. I think you've critiqued it very well.
Yeah. So you're going to buy it as soon as we get off the podcast. Yeah.
Well, we was waiting for a code, weren't we, from our friends at Square Enix, and they just didn't. He didn't reply, so
Well, no. First of all, I'd like to say I appreciate them even responding.
Oh yeah,
to our request.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's very.
That was quite.
Well, for them to,
maybe someone on the email team, the PR team, never knew who we were. Thought, these might be actually generally impressed that, and then they might have looked us up or whatever and thought, maybe.
Well, as I said, we're still expanding our audience, and this. So you use your real world money to buy it, and you said it was a great game, so. There's no more better praise than that, buying the game, enjoying it. So, I wasn't, throwing shade at them. It is, just to get a reply was nice. So,
it was, definitely.
I might pick it up. I've got a lot, as I've said before, I've got a big backlog of games I want to try and play before the Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, because that will probably take up a lot of time. So,
certainly.
I'm not sure about whether or not I will pick it up, but thank you, Reece, for your review there. And you'd say, you'd say it was a must buy. You'd recommend people to buy it? No,
I wouldn't say it's a must buy for everybody. I think it's a must buy.
But
if you
the things that you've set out, if you enjoy this and you enjoy that, then you'd say this is going to be up your alley.
If you like a Diablo, a Division, and you like superheroes, pick up this game.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even if you just like superheroes, if you like the Avengers, you like the Marvel movies, you're a massive fan, and you just like single player games, the campaign itself is probably just worth it. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you can afford the game, do you know what I mean? There's a lot more to the game that ain't the main game. There's a lot more to it, and it probably might be not value for money for a lot of people, just the campaign, because it's 10 hours. But for someone who just wants to do that, it's a very good Marvel Avengers superhero story,
Okay. Yeah, great. Well, leading from that on to games that I have finished, last week we mentioned that obviously I'd finally finished Ghost of Tsushima. Finally got around to beating it, and then I can confirm this week I have actually platinumed it. So it's I've kind of done that game.
That's
I know you.
What I mean.
Yeah, you haven't platinumed it because you were going to try and do it before Avengers come out, and then Avengers come out, and it kind of just scuppered all your plans.
It did, yeah.
But I have platinumed it. So I had to have 3 trophies. I think it was. It was finish all the Tales of Tsushima. like all the side quests. What was the other one? Bow to 10 hidden statues.
Yeah.
And
was it loads of those?
Yeah, there's loads, but you only have to do it to 10. So actually, when I watched the video, and after I'd done 2, I got the trophy pops because I'd been bowing to some of them during the game, so I only had to do 2 more. So that was quite good. And there was another one. The other trophy would do every duel in the game, so I had 3 side quests left to do, and I was thinking, unless there's a duel in one of these 3 side quests, then this trophy's glitched. So done two quests, no duel. I was like, oh, this is what's happened. The last side quest I did, right at the very end, this like Ronin comes out, and you have to duel him. And then the trophy pops, and then the platinum one popped. So nice. Really pleased. I think it's the first platinum I've got in a long time. I can't remember the last platinum I got. It might have been
when we did our competition.
When we did our competition, yeah, I think it was Lord of the Rings Lego on the PlayStation Vita, or might have been Wolf Among Us on the Vita.
Okay.
And what was that? I'm going to sound stupid now. What was that game on? It came out on PlayStation Plus. The remote control football game. What was it called?
Rocket League. Sorry.
It could have been that one because I know we both platinumed that, didn't we?
Is that the last one you did? I feel like we
might be. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember I went to some extreme lengths to get that platinum, like by putting a hairband or rubber band around the analog stick, so the car drove in circles. So I've got the travel, 50.
Oh yeah, vaguely
50 kilometers or something. Yeah. So I was really pleased that I'd actually platinumed it. And now I'm free to play other games. So this weekend I don't plan on doing any DIY decorating. So I'm going to start Days Gone. So
okay, nice. Yeah, I'd like to get your thoughts on that. A little review on that because I've never played it.
Yeah, I'm going to start
a late review, but
a late review. Yeah. So looking forward to that. I will probably, we've got a little segment with what we're going to play. So if there's nothing else from you on Avengers or Ghost of Tsushima, should I go into this day in gaming?
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So this day in gaming.
Jingle.
Jingle. This day in gaming. That's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like a radio. So okay.
It's a bit embarrassing. So this day in gaming.
We'll move on very quickly.
We're just going
to move on quickly and just forget about it.
Yeah.
It never happened.
Yeah, no, please. So this day on the 9th, the day we're recording, the day this will come out, so the 9th of September, in 1998, a little game called Spyro the Dragon was released in the US. It was released in Europe the following month, so October 98. So, PlayStation 1 classic, one of my first games I played on the PlayStation. Nice. Obviously, as people know, developed by Insomniac. It's a platform where you play as Spyro, and you have to try and free your dragon mates who have been transformed.
They're not still going, are they? They're not still around?
No, well, I haven't seen them doing anything in a long time.
No, they're not. Nothing meaningful anyway.
No.
Indie studio these days.
Yeah, they're making little indie ones. Mobile games mainly. So you have to try and you have to free your dragons who have been your dragon mates who have been transformed into crystals by Nasty Nork. And I've got a little bit of trivia here. At the time, most 3D games limited the view distance because of technical limitations, thus creating an illusion of fog. Spyro the Dragon featured a brand new panoramic 3D graphics engine that's specifically created for the PlayStation to provide large viewing distances without fog. So there you go. You can't get much better than that, can you? So it's actually quite innovative. I remember playing this as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. Obviously, going through the little gateways, all to the different worlds, and it's fantastic game.
I don't really remember the game at all. To be honest, because I was so young when I played it, and it was my first PlayStation game. It's the reason why I got a PlayStation. This is my legacy of being a PlayStation fan. This is where it started. Spyro, my first game I ever played, and it was in a Toys R Us, which makes me seem kind of old, I guess, since that doesn't exist either.
It doesn't. I don't know if it does. It exist? Does it still exist that in other countries?
No, I think the whole company's liquidated. Yeah, I think it's just. Yeah, it's gone. So from existence. So yeah, I played it in a toy shop. Loved the game, wanted it. Didn't have a PlayStation at my age. I think I might have been 6, 7 whenever I played it, and didn't fully understand that I didn't have a PlayStation. I knew I obviously had a Sega. I knew I had a console.
Idiot. Yeah.
And I asked my dad for like Christmas, can I have this? And he kind of explained to me that I would need a PlayStation. I was like, Dad, no, I don't want a PlayStation. I just want Spyro. He was like,
I just want the dragon game.
Yeah, I just want this game. Forget about the PlayStation. I don't want this thing.
What's your issue with the PlayStation? Just give me the dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me the game. Just give me the disc. Let me just play Frisbee within the garden. And Christmas I got a PS1, and I got this like special edition Spyro thing that came in like this box.
Okay, yeah.
By February, my brother snapped my disc in half.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother was a little.
Did you annoy him?
My little brother was just shit when he was younger.
Yeah,
but yeah, he used to like doing that when he was younger. Every game I got as a disc, he just snapped them.
Snapped it.
I'll go to school and I'll come back and my game will be there's many tears.
I probably would have put them somewhere where you couldn't got a hold of them. If that after the first incident.
I wasn't full ahead. I didn't really think about it. Yeah.
I actually
stay out of my room. It was the kind of the threat.
And then he didn't. He didn't listen. And he just decided to snap all the games.
As soon as I went to it was straight.
That's a pretty bold power play. He was just kind of like, oh, what? No,
exactly.
That was a big fuck you. That was a no. I'm going in your room. I'm snapping your games. There's nothing you can do.
It was like the scene in the Step Brothers. When he gets his ball stack on the drumstick, he just it
was worse, where he was just snapping games.
It was just snapping all my discs.
Oh. I actually played Spyro out of sequence. So my parents got me a PlayStation when I was younger, and I don't think they saw a game with a dragon on it. I don't know. I think I've mentioned this before, and it was colourful, and they probably thought that would entertain him. It's simple, simple, to entertain me. So, well, not simpleton, but so they got me Spyro 2, which actually over here was called Gateway to Glimmer, but I think it's called Ripto's Revenge or Ripto's Rage everywhere else.
Oh, wow, okay, wow. A bit too aggressive for the UK audience.
Yeah.
It was a bit sensitive in the 90s.
Yeah. I played 2 first and then went back to 1, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I've played number 2 now, I can't play 1. It was basically, more or less the same game. So it's great. When it came out, back to Spyro 1, it got reviews. It got an 85 on Metacritic, so quite good.
Nice. Yeah.
And if you want the original PlayStation 1 copy of Spyro for the
which
PS4,
is very unuseful,
you can get on eBay. Well, you could replace your one that your brother snaps. You can get it on eBay for £10.50. So. Yeah, or you can buy the remastered on the PS4 Switch.
Yeah, I think that's a lot better, isn't it? To get for how much is that? How much is that going for these days?
I think you can. Well, I saw a disc version on eBay and it was like 27, but I dare say you can shop around and get it cheaper than that. Because I'm pretty sure it was only like £30 when it actually got released. It wasn't like a full price game, was it?
Yeah, it's $34.99. On the UK store on PlayStation.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'd say if you don't mind a physical copy, you shop around, you can get it cheaper. I reckon. But I've already got it. So
£24 on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go. So that's that was this day in gaming. Actually, another one I could have said, sorry, was another Insomniac game, which was Spider-Man, which came out 2 years ago today. So,
okay,
but I went for Spyro. Oh no, sorry, Spider-Man came out 2 years ago today when we're recording, so the 7th. Spyro.
Wow, really? Yeah, that's incredible. That's so cool. That's a great game. That was my last platinum, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I've not. As everyone knows, I still haven't finished it. So maybe this week.
Fake fan.
Maybe fake fan. Yeah. But yeah, that was this week's This Day in Gaming.
Okay. Yeah. What is the last section? What we've been playing, watching?
What we've been watching. So I've already covered what I've been playing. Ghost of Tsushima, platinumed it. and watching The Boys. So what about you? Obviously, you've been playing the Avengers.
Yeah, I've covered what I've been playing.
And you're going to carry on. And what we're going to play as well. So I'm going to play Days Gone. Are you just going to carry on with the end game of Avengers, I take it?
Well, I'm kind of I've kind of missed it now unless I jump on tonight. But like I said, I wanted to get the platinum for Ghosts. I also wanted to finish Solstice for Destiny. I'm right at the end of doing it, and the last day is tomorrow. It's ended. And it's like, I should really jump on and do that because I've done all of it. And all I've got to do is like a little bit. Probably all I need to do is probably an hour, 2 hours, just play it. And I've done it. All that work. And then I just don't get it because it's gone. However, kind of once we wrap up here, I probably ain't going to jump on and play for 2 hours to do it. So, and the time reset happens, reset will be before I get home from work. So, I'll probably miss that now. But yeah, I'm going to continue with Avengers. I'm really enjoying it. And then once I'm kind of, I don't know, done with that a little bit, or the bug has kind of eased a little bit, then I will probably jump back into Ghosts, get the platinum. Although I am looking at it thinking I don't really want to do all them like check mark things, like you said, all the bowing and do all the fox dens.
The biggest ones the fox dens were a bit of a pain, and the bowing one was actually quite easy, only 10, so there's loads. Just get a video up and just fast travel to the location and do them. That's quite I think we said about it last week when we done our little little review thing of it. Too many side quests, they kind of got boring at the end. But it's not a hard platinum, so that's it's pretty cool. And I am gonna watch. I know you've seen it. I'm gonna watch are they gonna be every Friday now? New episodes of The Boys, I imagine.
Disco, no?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if the viewers can't see, but Reece is changing the colours of his lights in the background, and he's having like some sort of. It actually sounded really old when you said disco. You actually sounded really. I'm going to go to disco and go to the matinee.
That's not what the kids call it.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
No,
think
okay.
No. I take it The Boys is going to be released every Friday. So
I looked it up because I was a little bit confused of why they only released 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then, the rest are going to be like just weekly every Friday. Okay,
so I'm going to watch episode 3. I'll probably watch that tonight. And then, episode 4 on Friday. So, enjoying it so far. 2. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, you kind of get. I got this from the first thing as well. You kind of get the dread of if you was against someone as powerful as like a character like Homelander, who's basically Superman. Yeah. When they go outside and they just see him flying through the sky, you kind of get the dread. Like what would you do? Like if someone was after you, just would be screwed. You just it's really, the way they build it is really good. Like the tension, the bit. It actually made me, like you said, on like the gruesome bits. It actually, one bit, now this is spoilers, so anyone who hasn't seen the first 2 episodes of The Boys, so be aware. The bit where they're talking to the CIA agent and a head just pops, it just come out of nowhere. And I actually said I was watching it on my iPad and I actually said out loud, oh shit. And then, my girlfriend was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, don't worry about it. I actually showed her and she was like, that's disgusting. I had it on and she came in and she was just like watching a bit. It's the bit, another gruesome bit where Homelander's talking to the guy, I think his name's Blind Justice, and he just slaps his ears. Oh, yeah. And he like obviously bursts with his ears. He's just laying on the floor like bleeding out. And she just looks at me, she's like, what are you watching? And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. It's,
yeah. So even though the first scene with what's his name? The guy that's basically Batman. Is it
Black Noir?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Black Noir.
That scene where he's getting the what they call them, super terrorists in this. It's the guy for the mouth, and he rips his mouth open.
Yeah.
That scene was like, it's the moments where they just, I don't know the moments.
And then he's holding the dead of maybe the kid's dad, and he's just got the bunny, and he's just going like that. And I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I kind of like the way that the Deep is just kind of having like some sort of breakdown, and obviously you've done some has done some.
Is his guild talking to him in the episode 2?
The guilds. Yeah, he took some sort of drugs and he's on some sort of trip, and the guilds are talking to him. Yeah,
I did kind of laugh out loud because I was just kind of like, there was a moment where I was like, what the fuck is this?
And then I was watching it and I was thinking, because I was kind of thinking, maybe I'll go back and watch season 1 with my girlfriend because she might like it and that. But when that bit was happening, I was watching it, I was thinking, I don't think she's going to really get this.
Yeah, I was thinking that. If anybody came in at this moment, they'll be like, what the fuck are you watching?
Yeah, what are you watching? Yeah. But I know you said the episode 3 is so far the best one. So
yeah, it is.
Definitely looking forward to watching that. And then, a weekly... I just really enjoy it. I think it's really. I think I said before. I read the comic a few years ago. Well, actually, a lot of years ago, and I really didn't enjoy it at the time. I thought it was a bit messed up and that. But now, as I've got older and more cynical, I'm actually like, this is really good. So
I think it's a really interesting concept to have, like the superheroes are actually the villains.
Yeah,
and the people that you are being portrayed as terrorists or villains are actually the heroes. It's a really good take. And like you said, when they're so powerful, like you basically got the Justice League, you basically got Superman. And imagine if Superman was a psychopath who's got, that's literally what he is. He's a psychopath. He's got massive parenting issues with licking breast milk and wanting the weird connections with people and with his weird situation with his son and stuff. And he pushes him off a roof. It's a very great. He's a great character, very fascinating and very good character. And I think Billy Butch is a great character as well. He's just these one-liners when he's
his English accent isn't very good, but I won't hold that against him.
It's just funny. It's just really cool.
And it's I think it has been greenlighted for a 3rd season. So they've already got
4 and 5.
Oh, that's really 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there you go. It's even better. So I think like you didn't have a Prime subscription, did you? You've gone and got your Prime subscription for this show. So it definitely draws people in. This is the first thing I've watched on Prime probably since the last season of The Boys. So
it's literally in my opinion, it's the only thing I've enjoyed on Prime, to be fair. No, there's been some other. I got into Vikings for a little bit, got into The Americans for a bit. When Man in the High Castle first came out, I quite liked season 1.
Yeah, that was good. I've only seen season 1,
But it's like quite a few of them shows on Prime. I kind of get into it, and then it kind of just towels off, and maybe like the 3rd season or the 4th season or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is fantastic so far.
Looking forward for more. Looking forward to more coming out. That's our what we gonna watch, what we gonna play segment. Have you got anything else to add before we go to our little outro and thanking our listeners for listening?
No, other than go out and buy Avengers.
He's getting paid by the man, so he's on commission. Commission,
support the game. He needs support.
Okay. Thanks for listening, everyone. This was episode 13. It's a bit weird that we've done 13 episodes already.
How do you feel about it? You feel? Yeah.
It seems like we've been going for longer, but it also seems weird that we've done 13. If that makes sense.
Like it feels different because I've moved. Like I've changed scenery. Yeah. Like we've done maybe the first 8 in my old apartment, and now we've done a few here where I feel like I've done like loads here. But I think obviously we're still looking to improve. It's definitely not maybe the end product, but
which is
only
why
13 in.
No, sorry. Let's say, like you said, we want to improve, which is why we would love feedback. Like we say every week, people want to get in touch and give us any feedback or questions. Want to get in touch? You can do that through various social media. So we've got Twitter is PTPlayerspod at Twitter. At PTPlayerspod. You don't have to do everything. Facebook is the Part-Time Players Podcast, and Gmail, which I got confused with Twitter, is ptplayers@gmail.com. So any one of them, get in touch. We're streaming, as Reece said at the top of the episode, we're streaming on I think all the main podcasting platforms. So if you're wherever you do listen, if you can like and subscribe, that'd be great. It helps.
Yes, definitely.
It helps with the algorithm. And we definitely really appreciate it. Give a nice little. If you listen to Apple Podcasts, you can actually leave a review in app. So you don't have to, leave to go and do it. So you can do it in app and give it a star rating. It'd be great to start seeing some of them come through. And tell a friend if you enjoy it and you think someone else would enjoy it. Let them know. And we welcome everyone, or new listeners, and it'd be great. And like we say every week, thanks for listening.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you. And on to episode 14.
Yes, yeah. See you next week. Maybe we'll have news about the PS4 and Xbox.
Don't jinx it. We say that every week.
PS5, sorry. It doesn't. Yeah, no, take that back. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, anyway, bye-bye. Enjoy your week.
Bye.